That's why I'm a retarded. Baby, welcome to the party.
Bitch, I'm a thug. Give me lit. Gun on my head. One and a half. 10 in the cut. Baby, don't trip. Just lower your tone. Cause you could get hit. Don't let that Henny in my system. I get your body. Next day I forget it. Nigga dread just go to body. And that's on the game. Nigga, I was just with him.
Hello, LGBTQ plus DL men, women who secretly love us and support us. And if you don't identify with any of those labels, you're still free to subscribe to the channel. It's Friday.
This is Monse. Patty chain. It's a Mac back, I'm in a black back. We never lack with that strap. I'ma drive through, but if we back, it's gonna clap, and that's that.
As you can see, the title is very simple. It's Friday, and we're talking about positions in the bedroom for men that identify as either bisexual or gay. So, this rice is so good. Some people don't like talking about these things while they're eating, but it's not bothering me. So anyway, let's continue on with the conversation. First on the list will be a top. We're going to do top versus then bottom, right? So most people see a top as a man that does the pegging in the bedroom. He is the one doing the bending. Tops are seen as, for some people, the masculine role in the bedroom, but you have to be aware that in this case, what we're talking about, when we say a top as a man in the gay community, would be, I already said doing the bending, but what I was going to say is that I know the reason that I said what I was saying earlier about this referring to gay men is because I have been aware that some women call themselves tops when they are in lesbian relationships. But for this particular video, we're speaking about gay men and bisexual men. Men who identify as top for their sexual preference often are they take on the more dominant role, but there are some, other positions that have a dominant role when having intimacy in gay male sex. Sometimes I put ketchup and mayo on my fries, but not all the time. I'm going to use the mayo to make something, so I don't think I'm going to open it up right now. What's about to speak about? To kind of sum it up about tops, because I do have something else I want to speak about referring to all positions. Now, to sum it up, tops are the men in the bedroom. They put their finger laying in the pussy cat, okay? To sum it up. Some of y'all like, ugh. Y'all so immature. Y'all know y'all be having. Y'all know y'all be doing freaky stuff and y'all be around. during intimacy. Y'all know y'all be doing freaky stuff. Anyway, let's continue on. This fries so good. Versatile men are the men that either do the bending or they get bent. So they either take it in their pussycat hole or they do the bending and put it in someone else's pussycat hole. And men who identify as bottom in the male gay community, like so, are the men that take it up their pussycat hole. And there you have it. If you're still here, we're going to be going over what it means to be top verse bottom, soft top, side, things like that. Versatile tops are men that, and I want to say this because there are plenty of homosexual men that are in the adult entertainment business, and for relationships, often these roles don't apply to either relationship or the adult entertainment business. But I think in a relationship, usually the partners will speak amongst each other and sort of, they have an understanding between them in a relationship. Speaking about a versatile top is a man that will usually stick a thang-a-lang in his mouth every now and then to please a partner. But they are also known as men that top other men often, but every other now and then they will take it up the dookie chute. I should also explain soft top and while we're still talking about tops, right? Now, soft tops are men that in the bedroom they will basically think of a soft top as, I explained it in my other video actually, but just to kind of reiterate it for it, because this video is specifying the roles or positions that gay men have in the bedroom. I'm going to reiterate it. Soft tops are somewhat like men that are in tune with their feminine nature or their mothering energy, or they just appear not to be like they may appear as though they are presenting more feminine or like a bottom, but in the bedroom they do the pounding to that butts cat. I'm going to be explaining what it means to be a full verse, or people that say that they are fully versatile. Those type of men often present as beings that will either get bent or bend over fluidly. And what I mean by fluidly is they often will do it as needed. They, like, say if they, what they call hook up with a partner that is a bottom, then they will top for that partner. Or not even a partner. Well, I guess you can call them a partner, even if it's like a one night stand that they're having with that other person. Then they will top for that person. And vice versa. If a person is a top, then they will bottom for that person. But often you will see it as the partner would be a bottom and then the fully versatile person will top for that person. But it can happen vice versa. Now, I think something else that should be known with this is that oftentimes, although a fully versed person will do the bending or get bent, that doesn't mean that they always eat pussycat or booty hole, and it doesn't mean that they, give guac guac, that super suck guac guac 2000 double hand twister gripper action. It doesn't mean that they do that, but oftentimes when they specify of being fully versed, then they will do what they need to do in the bedroom and please their partner. Period. Now, with verse bottom are men that bottom often, so they take it in their pussy cat most of the time, but for a partner every now and then they may top their partner. But most of them they do it when they're in a relationship, or if they see a top with a nice fatty or a versatile man with a nice fatty, they may stick their thing-a-line in there. I need to also explain strict top and strict bottom. A strict bottom is somebody that only wants to be penetrated intimately in their pussycat hole, and they usually will hold a, well, some people think of these roles as traditional ways of being. So when it is a strict top or a strict bottom, often you will see those type of couples as one will be the feminine role and one will be the masculine role in a relationship. Now, with a strict top, is like the opposite of a strict bottom. They only want to be top in a relationship. And often when it's a strict top, they are a strict top to either avoid having to clean out their pussycat hole or their dookie shoot, or they don't like the feel of being dominated in that way. But for strict bottoms, it's pleasurable. But for strict tops, they often don't like the feel of that experience. Some of them say it's painful. But I can say this. In my most recent relationship, I started losing weight towards the end of the relationship. And that's when I realized that it started to be, I wouldn't say not pleasurable, but I started feeling the meat a little bit more. Like, when he was putting that thing-a-ling in me, I was like, That's when during intimacy, what they call a runner. Because, I was sort of more flexible then, right? And so, put me in different positions and having it. Y'all probably don't want to hear about that, but whatever. Now I'm going to speak about a side. Not like a side of an entree, but like a side. So, I've had this explained like once. So, don't quote me, but I'm going to explain it to the best of my knowledge of what I remember it being. Before I do that, y'all, Lil Nas video came out. He got a bust down. It's like a 30-inch bust down. I'm like, Lil Nas, you did your thing. Ariana video come out later today or in the morning. Anyway, aside is, now, like I said, don't quote me, but this is to the best of what I remember it being. It's somebody that's kind of like a side nagger or a side bitch, and they don't but they don't want the actual the penetrating. They don't want the penetrating of the pain. They don't want that, and they don't want the actual like intercourse. They don't want that happening. They don't do that. But if you call them for some oral, like to get your dang name, that super suck guap guap 3000 two twister gripper ripper whatever, no. I'm just playing around when I said that. Anyway, don't take it serious. But when it's time to, yeah, that's them. But they don't actually do the whole bang bang shebang. That's what a side is considered, to the best of my knowledge of what I remember it being. And I saw that from a live of Duran Bernard, the singer. I meant to put him in my video yesterday because he speaks a lot about healing. He's a very healed. I heard, don't even call him a man, call him a creature. He's a very healed creature. And there's a lot of things about him that I truly admire. Yeah. But anyway, that video ain't about that. That video is about this, right? Hold on. I have to say this. I think that oftentimes people get caught up in these roles in a way that it doesn't allow them to be open to trying something new in a relationship. But I want to say, like I was saying in the previous video, like just recently, I said, when you're on soft, right? When you're on soft and that thing look like one of them Greek statues, it's kind of like know your place, okay? And now I understand that, right? But there are also bottoms that have big eggplants between their legs, or big fingerlings between their legs, and they're still straight bottoms. They just enjoy only bottoming. Now, there are bottoms that eat pussycat, like they'll eat their top's pussycat, or they'll eat another bottom's pussycat, but they are still a bottom, right? And I understand that, and they're open to do that. I understand that idea. Just like when tops, if they want to suckle a thing, they still identify as being a top. I get that. They're pleasuring the person that they're being intimate with. Versatile, I think, is becoming, a lot of people claim versatility. I think sometimes people claim being versatile so that they can have interactions with people. I think that they do that to like basically say, yeah, I did that with that person. Child, that was my first time topping them. But the whole time they be like a bottom. Yeah. This way it be with some of y'all. Some of y'all. I was trying not to talk with broken English or, like a Southern belle. But it's coming out how it is coming out. I forgot to add this because this is important too. Transgender women who still have their peen downstairs, they may identify as being a top. Not every feminine being or transgender who still has a pain down there identifies as a bottom or identifies as verse. Some of them still identify as being a top. I'm glad I remembered that because a lot of times people speak about transgender women in a way that tries to make them still their cisgender, but they are trans women. They're still a woman, and that's the thing that I want to say in this video because it's important. Men, cisgender men that are heterosexual or bisexual that enjoy transgender women, and I shouldn't have said bisexual men, but if a man is claiming heterosexual and saying that he is heterosexual, if he enjoys transgender women or is attracted to transgender women, he's still attracted to a woman. Not saying now I know some of y'all may be thinking, okay, but if he's attracted to the gender downstairs, like the thangalang, and he letting the thangalang go in his booty hole, his pussy cat, then I don't think that straight men would have a or bisexual men would have a pussy cat unless they're identified as being bottom. Anyway, I want to say that they're still a woman because they identify as a woman, or most of them do. But and I want to say this too, because this is sort of important. When I saw that, I guess it was like it wasn't a flight attendant or the flight clerk or something like that at the airline, and the transgender woman was saying that she was being misgendered. I think there has to be some type of leniency when people, mistake the pronouns when a person is at the beginning of their transition. There has to be an understanding, and this is why I say this. When I hadn't seen the woman's face, it sounded like she was a he. And because at the beginning of a transgender person transitioning is not like, I think that a lot of people want instant gratification. So as soon as they're on the hormones and as soon as they are identifying with being a trans person, they want everybody to be on board. But here's the thing, because this is what I was sort of thinking about. There is a spiritual teacher by the name of Eckhart Tolle that speaks about he speaks about being in the present moment, but there was one specific video where I seen him talking about how people identify with fear. Like, people identify with what they see. If something they see, they may identify it as being fearful, or what they hear, they may identify it as being fearful. And unless a person is truly present, right, and they're non-fearing, because a lot of people that say that they are non-fearing, they still get angered by certain things. And if you believe that spirit is covering you, or if you believe that spirit is going to grant you everything that you're asking for, then you wouldn't get angry because you know that you're going to have everything that you're wanting. But that's besides the point. What I'm speaking about is this. If a person is at the beginning of their transition, they may be still some masculine features that are presenting to people who don't understand the LGBTQ community. And there has to be some type of leniency, I guess you can say. I think there's another word that I was trying to use, but I can't remember it right now. But if there are still masculine features there, and what they are hearing is that of masculinity, then their brain is telling them man, right? And that's why there has to be some type of leniency. Now, I didn't watch the complete video, but I do want to say this too, because this is what I was thinking about. That movie, Good Grief, where the main character was speaking to, and that's on Netflix, that movie is. He was speaking to, I guess, I forget the lady, but watch the movie. I forget exactly what she was called, because I'm not sure if she was a therapist or what her exact title was. But he was speaking about how after a person passes, he was having, like, the character that he was playing was saying, he was saying that there was like this having to train his mind to remember how it felt to wake up with a partner every day and be loved by a partner every day. And for my experience, what I can say is that when I separated from my partner in the year of 2019, and even within the twin flame journey, but more speaking about the soulmate. So in the year of 2019, when I experienced, leaving them, I had to kind of understand what it meant to be what they call a single man again. And so the reason that I'm bringing these things up is because if a person is trans, there has to be some leniency with people not understanding the pronouns or mistaking the pronouns. Now, I didn't watch the full entire video. No, actually, I think I did. But I just saw the comments and, but being a person that wasn't actually there when that happened and just seeing it on social media, there may have been something else that was said, but it seemed that the guy was very apologetic for mistaking the pronouns. And anyway, I think that when trans people are wanting men that identify as being heterosexual to want them, they at the beginning of their transition, they are wanting for people to see them as a female, although the hormones haven't set in. They may not have breasts. The feminine features may not be there yet, because a lot of these things they're costly to do, those procedures. But anyway, I don't want to get too much into that. That isn't for my experience, my path. So I don't want to, go too far into it. And again, when I'm speaking about these things, my content is never meant to offend or be malicious to any person. And if there are things that you can share that are teachable, I would be open to reading the comments or the messages, allowing me information about maybe your experience as a trans person, if you're a trans person. But yeah, I almost forgot to talk about trans men. trans men who were female at birth and then they transition to male, there is probably like question whether they are top or bottom, because if they still have their then people probably wonder, well, do they identify as being top or bottom? And to my knowledge, some of them still identify being a top, and some of them still identify they can identify as either or, right? Or some of them may identify as versatile, to my knowledge. If they identify as being a top, then they would probably wear a strap on. They would wear the equipment to be able to top. And if they are a bottom, I have seen some men who identify as being bisexual sticking their thangalang in coochie. And I know some of y'all are probably confused as though, like, well, if the man is bisexual, or why would he be with a trans man that still got his coochie, and how does that not make him, why wouldn't he just be straight? But here's the thing, when you enjoy the appearance of something, you just enjoy the appearance of something. Just like straight men say that they like women or they like coochie, it's what they like. So it's kind of like if a coochie was on a man, but you say you like coochie, you would probably like a trans man that still got their coochie. Seriously. I'm speaking on it from, what I'm thinking of it and things that I have seen. Y'all probably wondering, well, where you done seen a man stick his thangalang in a trans man coochie? Listen, y'all probably wonder where I got them pictures from. Twitter. Y'all know what everybody be doing on Twitter. Most of y'all know. We adults here. Y'all came because y'all wanted the adult tea. Y'all wanted to know. That's why y'all came to this video. And especially if you done stayed this long, you wanted to know. So don't be acting like y'all don't be on Twitter. Just y'all nasty. Yeah, but I kind of always have like, there are some trans men that or intersex people. Now I'm not sure about this into fully detailed, like I'm not gonna get way too far into it, you know what I'm saying, because I am a cisgender male that is a homo. But no, seriously, if they have a coochie, you know what I'm saying, and they identify as being a top, the only way that I can think of it working is if they put a strap on. And although I say, like, if a trans man identified as being a bottom, it doesn't always mean that they taking in their coochie. It could be that they actually taking in a pussycat, because they are still considered a trans. They're also considered a man, so maybe they taking in a booty hole. You know what I'm saying? And I know when they get on hormones, sometimes they start to kind of like grow it, and so it's kind of like, it's big, like it start to grow like a thangalang. It start to grow like a thangalang. Yeah. Anyway, child, we ain't gonna get too deep in it, but I thought I would touch on the subject a little bit because, no man left behind. But I hope that I covered all areas and all spectrums of top versus bottom, soft top, and all of the things. So if I missed something by chance, comment it, child. For the closing remarks of this video, I want to tell you that, firstly, I saw that so many people were watching one of my most recent videos, and it's like one of my most viewed videos to date, which got over 600 views, and I was like, moving up. and I got some new subscribers. I'm very, very grateful. And also, I want to say this. If you haven't done so, you probably would want to subscribe, because once this YouTube channel becomes monetized, I am intending on gifting my first YouTube check to a subscriber. So, with that being said, if you would like to interact with this video and then subscribe to the channel, great, because those things help not only the channel, but they help the what do you call it? The amount of the payout for the check. So yeah, and I kind of want to, hopefully this is something that can happen around tax return time, so that a person can not only have their tax return check, but could also have a, you know, a gift of a YouTuber's check. So yeah, if you like that idea or not, that's what I'm wanting. I'm wanting to gift in that way. So yeah. Now, I had fasted yesterday, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to eat all these fries, but I'm kind of getting close. Anyway, toodaloo. I love you, child. I have vinegar on here too. I had to put some vinegar on this time.
I'ma drive through, but if we back, it's gon' clap, and that's that. I never tap if I don't like a hoe. You act like you like it though. Never backtrack if I ain't fucking with you. Can't sit with us, but you might go. All my pretty bitches, house of ditty bitches, got a milli bitches on go. Those silly bitches, I'm Achilles bitches, yo pop. Who the fuck wants smoke? Keep it real, you really mad cause your baby dad used to like me though. I ain't fucking cause I ain't want him, told him take a hike like a hiker though. 50 moon boots size 6 got me walking around like I'm Michael though.